Welcome to Drawsh Studio. Today we're going to learn about the element of design, space, the idea that holds our designs together. Let's get started. The elements of design are the things we design with, and space will be the first topic of this series. When we design a two-dimensional image, all of the components of our design exist in a space contained by a picture plane. The picture plane is the boundary of our image, usually the edges of our paper or whatever surface we are designing on. The picture plane can be any shape or ratio, but its proportions will impact how the viewer feels about the space you create. The space we create can be flat or abstracted, or the space can show realistic depth with atmospheric or linear perspective. Inside the picture plane, there is positive space, which is the active area, usually the subject or objects we see or relate to. This is also referred to as the figure, even if it isn't a literal human figure. The negative space is the area that surrounds the positive space, also referred to as the ground, even if it's not literal ground. Even though the negative space, ground, is less active than the positive space, figure, it is equally important and must be considered in our design. How we divide the space is very important to our design. You can have a light figure on a dark ground, or a dark figure on a light ground. The negative space can be dominant, where there is more negative than positive, or the positive space can be dominant, where there is more positive than negative. Or an image can have equivocal positive and negative space, where neither is dominant over the other. In this image, Kandinsky alternates a checkerboard of positive and negative designs, and when taken as a whole, we cannot tell if the dark is meant to be positive or the white is meant to be positive. But it doesn't have to be a symmetrical alternation of dark and light. In this color image, Kandinsky has created an asymmetrical design of equivocal space by flip-flopping the dominance between light and dark shapes, creating an equivocal balance. Translating the image into black and white helps us see the equivocal balance where neither white or black is positive or negative. This leads us to the idea of Notan, which is a Japanese design concept relating to the balance of positive and negative relationships. One of the principles of Notan is how our perception of what is positive and negative can flip in our mind. In this simple image, most people would see the dark as the positive space and the white as the negative space, like a dark rock sitting in white snow. If we reverse the light and dark, we would probably read the white space as the figure, or positive, and the black space as the ground, or negative, like a moon floating in a dark sky. But if we look again, we can shift our perception. Instead of seeing it as a moon in a dark sky, imagine the image as a dark fence with light streaming through a hole. The dark became the something and turned into positive space, whereas the light became the absence of something and turned into a negative space in our minds. This helps us to understand that when we design, the positive and negative interact equally in our minds, and both must be carefully considered. Understanding these basic concepts of space are the first step in creating unique and captivating designs. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to go to drawsh.com for more information on these topics and many more. If you want to see more videos like this, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one.